is going live. I'm Nagin, for those of you that may not know me. This is Alicia, for those of you that may not know her. But most of you guys probably know both of us. But so we have an amazing announcement today. Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. We are officially brand new owners of our very own smoothie bar cafe, whatever you want to call it. Like, we did that shit, okay? So what's up, you guys? Thank you for joining. So we really want to come on here and celebrate, make the official announcement, celebrate, tell our story. I don't know, just share with you guys and allow you guys to be a part of it. So like I said, my name is Nagin. I have personally been on my health journey, and then taking that health journey and paying it forward and supporting others to do so for a little over 8 years, you guys. You want to tell them like your years, and then I'll get into my story.
Okay. So we have two phones. I'm going to look at your phones. It looks like I'm not looking at you guys, but I'm looking over here.
I know, I'll look at mine. I'll look at this one. Whatever. We'll switch. Hi guys, we're here.
We're here.
You get it.
Okay. So yes, my name is Alicia, and I've been on my journey now for 3.5 years. I started right before Christmas, and after saying no for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was so crazy and weird.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Okay, so how the heck did we get here? So like I said, a little over 8 years for me. So who I was before I got started, on my own health journey, before I got started in paying it forward and helping and coaching others, I was, it's so crazy. So yeah, I'm a former D1 athlete. Am I yelling? I might be yelling. We're just fired up. I feel like I'm yelling. Okay, anyways, whatever. I'm not gonna quiet down now. We're gonna keep it going. So anyways, I'm a former D1 athlete. I played volleyball at Auburn University. Yes, I have a master's degree in business. Yes, I, made a 6-figure income, executive director in corporate America. But really getting through all those things, and being at an accomplished space, I was also still like partying every weekend and like trying to escape life and find some sort of fulfillment and joy in life. And then one day I hit my freaking rock bottom, and I was like, something's gotta change. Like, I have to get back into feeling my best. So I started making healthier choices. I cut out all my old circle. I was really in solitude. I was doing things a lot outside of work. I started meal prepping for what I freaking knew how to do. Like, I didn't really know. I just stopped eating fast food and started eating inside the house is really what it was. And then I started working out again and all those things. And I saw an old college friend who played basketball, Marcus James. He played basketball at Scottsdale University when I was playing volleyball there before I went on to Auburn. And I ran into him multiple times. We ended up working together, you guys. People end up in your life. It's so crazy.
It is. It really is.
People will, if they're supposed to be in your life, it's going to keep happening, right?
Right.
So, we ended up working in corporate America together, you guys. He got laid off. He started on a journey. He looked happy. He looked healthy. I was doing it by myself. He was doing it with people. I asked him what he was up to. I asked him for an invitation. I said no after I asked him for the invitation. I really didn't think that these people, these shakes, I didn't think any of it could help me. And I was so skeptical and stubborn and just all in my own way. And 4 months of no's went by. And I kept seeing him get happier and healthier around people, and I was frustrated. I wasn't seeing changes in my midsection. I was still tired a lot. So nonetheless, you guys, I reached out. I finally learned more about what he was doing. I got started on my nutrition plan, right? My first week, I felt amazing. Like, my first testimony for you guys is everybody deserves to feel this good, the healthy way. Like, how you feel. Right? And then the community of people. So I felt amazing, you guys. Everybody at my job noticed it because I was now no longer locking myself in the office as a director. I was out and about being the social butterfly that I always was, that I lost. And then I went and I dropped 4 pant sizes in my first 30 days. Okay?
Hey.
Okay. So that was like, what? Because I had been trying for 3 years on my own, right? I put on up to 14 pounds of healthy weight, you guys. I've learned so much. I've done so much. I started paying forward right away. I was still working at my 6-figure job as an executive director, a lot of hours. And I just started paying it forward because I just felt like people deserved it, right? It wasn't really like, I didn't really know I was gonna end up here in a whole ass career. Like, what? It still blows my mind. But a little over 6 years ago, you guys, I was laid off. I was already earning $3,000 to $4,000 a month. I had $30,000 in my savings account, and you know, they freed me to go do what I was meant to do. Right? Now, when I had first started on my nutrition plan, when I first started on Herbalife, I was still working, I was still coaching volleyball. Okay? So I met Alicia. So I guess that's like about a little over 8 years ago, because it was right when I started my journey.
Yeah.
Right in the first months of starting my journey. And I met her because I was coaching her daughter. It was the last volleyball team that I coached. And when I got my results and I started helping other people just naturally, I really started to gain a vision because I was so fulfilled. And I was like, how do I get this feeling more? And it started to create a vision for me. When I was around the people I was around, it created a vision for me. And so I stopped coaching volleyball. I had talked to Alicia about what I was doing. I tried to get her started, but she was like, nah, homie, I ain't trying to hear that. So I stopped coaching and I started doing the deal, right? I started just coaching and creating, like doing, right? Helping a lot of people, grew really, really fast with my part-time business. And 5 years in my journey, Alicia reached out to me. Like, we had literally not talked for 5 years, just social media-ish, kind of maybe sometimes saw each other, didn't interact, like no interaction. She found me on there, she reached out, and here she is. So you get to tell your story now.
I don't think I had ever seen you until you like popped up, and I was like, Devaney, look at your coach. She looks amazing. You know what? It's so crazy. I see Pinchy's logged on right now.
Hi.
Hi. But so where you told me, it was at the Croc Center. It was in the
my God, it was.
It was
outside, right?
In the Croc Center parking lot.
All sitting
the one across the street.
Yeah.
So that's what we used to have. That was before they built the whole thing in the back. So that's where we used to all hang out with the tents and our food and everything. So
I remember.
I just think it's so crazy because it's like Sonia, that's where, you know, she's at, and it's all so crazy how it all links back together.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. But yeah, so when I started 3.5 years ago, I was just going through like a really, really dark time in my life. I was drinking literally Red Bulls for breakfast, at least 2 or 3 a day, because I just wanted that energy, but it was not working. It was making me feel like crap. Right before I started doing Herbalife, I actually got on like weight loss, but they were like the prescription kind that you went to the doctors. And yeah, I lost weight, but I also felt like a zombie. It was the weirdest thing. So, and then I saw Nagin, and then I hit her up, and then that was it. And I don't think she I think when I told her who I was, she might have pretended like she remembered me.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually didn't know because your last name was either the same. It was
different.
And yeah, so
no, it was the same. It was the same.
You filled out a form. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like she went on my thing and filled out a form versus messaging me. So all I saw was a name.
Yeah.
I didn't see a face. So I didn't actually know I knew this person that filled out my form until we got on the phone, and I still couldn't remember until I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, fix it.
Nutrition
fix. I'm gonna fix it up. Yeah, and until you saw me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going through a divorce. It was like, I've been divorced now for 6 years, so it was 2 years after my divorce. I wasn't really around a lot of positive people, so the way I was dealing with it was not the best way. And it was just totally life changing, because not only did I lose weight, started feeling better, had more energy. People would notice it because I worked at a daycare at the time, and so I would be the one that opened it. I was one of the directors, so I'd walk in at 5:30 in the morning. I'd be like, "Good morning" to everybody, and they're like, "What is wrong with you?" So I had, even though I was happy before, it wasn't real. This was more, and then my kids noticed it. I mean, you can, even we talk about it now, and they're like, because of you, you changed our lives. And then also the way I deal with situations are way different. I've never had I never got along with a lot of girls. I never, and so especially in high school and then growing up, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends.
all of us, really.
Yeah.
We learn it here. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm like, wait, these people, especially these girls, like, they just want to be my friends, and they really, like, they don't talk about anybody, and, like, we're just, like, they just want to see you, you know, get better. It's crazy. But once I found, you know, this, like, positive community, like, it literally has changed my life, the life of my kids. Like, they have, like, it's a family. Like, they have uncles, aunts, and, like, not I can just call anybody, but so can my kids. Yeah. And they do. Mm-hmm. So, which is really cool. What else?
How much have you lost?
Oh, 27 pounds. I always forget about that part because I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but what I lost up here is a lot. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And my whole thing is helping other single moms or even other moms just deal with situations better, because it literally just changes your whole life.
Yeah. It's crazy the type of transformation you go through. Like, yeah, you might come for, I need to lose weight, whatever, but if you stay plugged in, there's so much more that happens for us, to the point where we become like freaking badass business owners and we didn't even know was gonna happen. Like, this was not like I do this, then I get this. It's like, I'm gonna do this for this reason, and because I'm taking care of myself, all of a sudden, like, all these doors open up and all these visions open up, and you're like, wow, I think I deserve more. I'm worthy of more. I'm capable of more. And the cool thing about your kids is, like, I love, she's always saying, like, they're athletes. So it's like the coaches that work with them always say, like, wow, your kids are, like, so amazing, and they're so well mannered, and they're leaders, you know, and teachers will say that, and like just random people that have interactions with her kids. And it's like, they keep the kids on the team, teenagers on the team, like, focused. Like, this is not what you do. You gotta stay focused. And I've just never, like, I've never seen teens like that. You know, even myself, like, I felt like I was more, like, focused when I was a high school athlete, but I know nothing about personal development or mindset or anything like that. Like, I was still lost. And it's because, like, she didn't do her journey separate. Like, the biggest thing I remember is, like, if she needed to listen to her personal development in the morning and she was taking her kids to work, well, guess who's listening to personal development in the morning? The kids were. Right. You know, and of course at first they're like, Mom, turn it off. Like, I don't want to hear this. And the next thing you know, they're like asking for it. Or she'll walk in their room in the middle of COVID and they're like doing a workout in the room listening to Eric Thomas. Like, not music. Right. It's wild. It's amazing. And generational impact for me, like, I don't have kids, but generational impact for me is so big. Like, when I first got a vision, it was like, I'm one of the crazy people that think I get to change the world, like, one person at a time, and I'm not gonna be here to actually see the legacy of what the decision is gonna create. Like, it's gonna be decades and decades and decades beyond. But it's like, that's what we're doing it for. And so we're not, yes, I want to work with more youth athletes. I think we both do. We, like, see it. But it really starts with the parents. Right. And, like, helping the parents so that it transpires and you're just such a, like perfect example. And it's a whole trickle effect, because it's like, it started with me and then now it's going to my kids and it's going to go to their kids. Right. That's exactly how I see it. And so, but talk about, like, the generational curses, or, like, not just the curses, but, like, you know, like, where we're from and all that stuff. Oh, like, yeah, so. Like, what we're, like, creating as literally a legacy within our families. Yeah, so I was, like, thinking about on the way over here, like, I mean, I'm an immigrant. I came from Mexico when I was 3 years old. You know, not the, like, undocumented way. But I was thinking, shit, now I'm not just an immigrant, so is Nagin. I forget. I literally forget this part of my story all the time. Yeah. So I was born in Iran. So my mom brought me and my brother. She left everything, like riches, big home, money. My dad was a business owner. So he was an architect. And she came here to give us opportunity. It was a time, there was a lot going on in our country at the time, and my brother was 10, so it was time where they could take him from the family and have him serve the country without consent. So there was some things going on where she brought us over here, but my dad was supposed to come. So, and that didn't happen, right? So my mom really took a leap to create a better life for all of us, including herself. And the plan didn't actually happen. So we were supposed to be here for 6 months, and we stayed since we came. So, and my mom didn't actually get remarried and a green card to where we were legal, for like 5 years. So we were immigrants, and I didn't know, I was so young, but I was going from school to school, and I had no idea, because if they asked for documentation, I was like, okay, let's go to the next one and see how long we can last until they require it, until you give us a document, you can't go to school. My mom had found places to work under the table. She was a hairstylist. We lived when it was 35th Avenue in Dunlap, the apartments next to Cortez High School. That's where my brother went to high school, and all three of us, 1 bedroom, small apartment, roaches everywhere in like one of the worst parts of town. And it's crazy to go back and think about that. A lot of people don't know that about my story, or know, like, you think I've just always been like, oh, successful and all that. And it's like, no, I've been through that's a part of it, right? I've been through some very deep, dark, challenging times. But it's cool she brought this up, because it's like, wow, we were brought here and we're we're not even first generation citizen. Like, I'm a citizen now, but like first generation born in citizens, right? Like your kids are.
Right.
And so it's like, and my kids will be. So it's like, we're the first to like make that path for our family, and that's so powerful. I didn't even realize my own story was generational impact, you know? So yeah, do you want to share with your...
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. But yeah, so when I came, my mom was like 19 years old, and we came because my dad, he was killed in Mexico, and so she wanted to leave and have a better life. And so she also, like, she didn't know the language. I didn't know the language when I went to school. I didn't know English. That's where I learned it. And I know my mom just she would go to English school. She ended up getting her GED. My mom she actually ended up, because she got remarried when I was 12. And my dad, which the other thing that I call him my dad, but he was my stepdad, but I call him dad. He actually worked or was part of the SBDC, which is like the Small Business Corporation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. And he taught small business at GCC. Yeah.
Wow.
So he always encouraged my mom to go to school, so she ended up getting her bachelor's. So I'm like, crazy that she went from, doing that. And she worked, under the table too, like washing people's clothes, ironing clothes, babysitting, and all of that, until we were able to get our green card, and then I became a citizen when I was like 17. But yeah, she like went through so much in order for me to be here. Right. Like, she sacrificed so much, and then now here we are.
Yeah. Like, so many connections. Yeah, my stepdad, so I did have a stepdad as well, and he was a business owner. And my mom actually, she got paid under the table for a while, but then she actually went into ownership, silent, obviously ownership, because she couldn't sign any legal docs, in owning her own salon. And then she also built a salon in the garage when we lived with my stepdad. So it's crazy to think I haven't made like all those dots, and my mom has really been inside of like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to own my own thing to make it happen. My stepdad was a business owner, so I guess it's kind of been around, My brother's a doctor, but he's also started his own practice, so it's really around in the family. And it's crazy. And now Roman, like, wants to get into real estate and stuff. It's like creating it already, It's so cool.
He wants to do his own thing, definitely.
That's so cool. It's so awesome. So anyway, so here we are. We have results, right? And that's our story. That's our background. And then we have results. And we started paying forward the results, right? You hear Alicia say, like, I really want to show moms and single moms that there's more, right? There's more. And for me, it's always been purpose-driven, because I could make the income in corporate America. I was making the income in corporate America. So to be able to make an income with time freedom to actually execute on a purpose, and feel fulfilled is a whole nother game. It's a whole nother game of life. And I feel like people don't think it's possible. People don't think it can happen, but it takes consistency. And so we got results, we start paying it forward, right? 2 years and 3 months part-time. I've been on fully paid vacations with this company, you guys, based on the impact. It's insane. Like I said, I've been full-time doing this for a little over 6 years. I started my own yoga classes, I've done life coaching workshops, I've done online challenges, I've been in high leadership at the gym we had here in the city, and then I've been also in partnership with Feel Good Nutrition. And so I've been doing full-time stuff for a minute, right? But this is a big deal too. It's like, yes, we have an announcement for ownership, but inside of this, there's another big freaking celebration that Alicia gets to talk about.
Oh, I was like, what's that? Yeah, so I actually left, I don't know, most of you have seen the video, but I actually left my corporate America job on Friday. It was my last day.
She's out forever!
Which is so exciting. It was probably like, it just didn't seem real until it actually happened, and even still now, I'm like, oh, I don't have to go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which I really, where I was at, I really, like, everybody was so sweet and so nice. Like, it really helped me just continue to just develop, like, leadership, because I went in there and I took on a project that, was, like, brand new. So I learned so much there, but I feel like every place that you're at helps you prepare to where you're going.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere. Like, every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, grateful for that opportunity, but I'm so grateful for this opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, she left corporate America. How many of you guys are sitting there right now thinking, I want to leave my corporate America job, like, get me out of here, but what am I going to do? Like, but what can I do? Like, what's the other option?
Mm-hmm.
And, I really just want to acknowledge Alicia, because she just kept going for herself. She kept striving to become better, kept showing up for herself, kept staying involved with the community and growing and investing in her mindset and all those things. And over these last 3+ years, she's really grown, like, as a leader, as a woman, and as a business owner. We both worked at a Feel Good for a while, like, I've done it for 2.5 years. What, a year and a half for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, during COVID, you want to talk about COVID, like, how you were literally there every day.
Yeah, that was fun. We just had that was crazy, because nobody could come in, and we had to just find ways to, it was me and Tanya at the time, and it's like we had to find ways to work around that so that if we could still continue. We closed for a couple weeks to try to figure things out, but then when we reopened, we figured it out, and it worked. But everybody all the businesses that were there, they were working from home, and now it's nice because they're starting to come back in. But the other thing that I was gonna say is, when I was at Feel Good, it's like, you never know. People are watching how you show up. And so you never know, like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so it's like, you're showing up, but I didn't know that, hey, because you're showing up this way, this opportunity is going to open for you.
Yeah.
So you just have to just continue to show up, like, powerfully in who you are.
Yeah.
And doors will open for you. I was thinking about that the other day.
Such a big deal. It is. We were really given this opportunity, and even, our leader and great friend Chloe said it was earned. When you think about that, it's like the ownership we took, even just like working in partnership with them, right? And not just saying like, oh, like, we'll do the minimum. It's like, we went in, we showed up, we got creative, we were thinking about how we could make it better, we were thinking about how we could grow, and we were creating relationships with people out there. We were really enhancing the community inside of Feel Good. And when you know better, do better. And like Alicia said, it's like, show up your best. If you're gonna do something, show up for your best. Maybe it's not the thing that you want to keep doing forever, but if you show up your best in everything that you do, you give people an opportunity to see you, to see your potential, to see your greatness, to see what you can bring to the table, and you never know what opportunity that's going to create. So here we are.
Yeah.
Freaking just us, brand new owners of Feel Good Nutrition.
Yes.
Oh! Okay, so if you have not been to Feel Good, look it up. Feel Good Tempe, Feel Good Nutrition in Tempe. It's off Washington and Priest. Right now we're open 10 to 2 Monday through Friday. Go follow our page. Go follow our Instagram page at Feel Good Tempe. We have a Facebook page too. And just follow, support, share. Just brand new owners, like brand new small business owners of a building, a brick and mortar. And we're excited. Send your ideas, like all of that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I still
Can't believe it. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. So we'll share some things with you guys so you guys can support if you're up for that, and come see us. Like, come celebrate with us. Come see us.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it really is. And we're like, if you know Alicia and I, we're kind of like the goofiest, like craziest people, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So talk to the people. Let me do my thing.
Yeah, I'm excited because we just have different ideas, and one of the things that we're thinking about is like having my donuts, my protein donuts.
Yo.
Yes. and
Protein
they're like,
donuts. Who wants protein donuts? It feel good.
Yay! So, yeah, definitely send us all your ideas. But that's one of the things that we're thinking about for doing once a week. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be there every day, and like it's not work. It's not work.
Hey! We're doing this shit! You guys gotta come party with us!
So excited!
I know that's right! Thank you guys!
Bye, guys! Thank you.
Appreciate you!
How do you turn this off?
Hit the X. No.